to Happy Hour Holidaze. Your host, Manny Fresh, and we got the co-host, Sean Fabre. And in studio, we got the most mediocre golfer in the city of Tampa Bay. A two-handicap. Here he is, Nicholas.
Yeah, do you want to go by Nick or Nicholas?
You can call me Nick, but
I'm gonna call him Nick, but I just
Mom, third grade, told me I gotta write down Nicholas on the fucking paperwork when I came home one day. So he called me Nick, but I write down Nicholas on everything. And then Matt calls me fucking Nicholas all the time. Who's my best friend, but also owns Agile.
He's like, I'm pissed off, Nicholas. And then that's how my mom used to do it. It'd be like Manny for her when it's normal, but then when she's pissed off, Manuel. I'm like, oh fuck, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, you guys met Matt or you know Matt.
Yeah.
But sitting there golfing the other day, you hear him like Nicholas, and you're like, probably like, why is that fucking guy calling him Nicholas? That's
Nicholas,
why.
Matthew,
He's fucking pissed because we lost you guys in fucking golf. So he called me Nicholas.
He's like, don't curse on the patio.
Matt was like, yeah, my stomach's fucked up. Yeah, fuck you guys. You guys want to beat us? I don't like that shit.
All right, so tell me about this podcast.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah, so I mean, we just pretty much always like pick topics. I mean, we're business, entrepreneurship, and life stories.
We're doing this on the podcast.
Yeah, I know, but we're just talking, you know. He asked a question, and here it is. So, I mean, we just like to kind of push motivation for people to get, you know, pretty much make their dreams come true if you can, you know.
That or some controversial topics.
Yes.
We can start with business and then get controversial.
Well,
I'm down with that.
Let me get a little bit more loose with the alcohol.
No, but
Talk about business first and then go into it.
All right, that's
Okay,
perfect.
well,
And then people can cut it off and be like, all right, I want to work with this guy. And then like they can be like, all right, now you need to cut it off before we get into controversial stuff. So I don't get canceled.
So,
Nick, you're a realtor.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So tell us about your journey, like, you know, coming out of high school, how you got to Florida, how you got into being into real estate. Tell us a little bit of the background on Nick.
All right.
And then also golf.
It's a good story.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do the background first with getting into real estate here
Yeah.
in Tampa. So Matt Brookins, we grew up one house down from each other in Erie, Pennsylvania. Literally when we were probably right before a year old or whatnot.
Right next to Scranton, right? By the
No,
office.
Scranton's on the other side. That's
yeah.
the
It
office.
does exist.
Yeah, the office is over there. That's where the Wilkes-Barre Penguins and all that shit is. But that's on the other side. I think. I don't know. I'm up by Cleveland and Buffalo, where we get like 3 feet of snow in like 2 days.
Ohio.
It's better than Ohio. Ohio's trash. Pennsylvania's better. Ohio's trash. Pennsylvania's better. Yeah, allegedly. Don't we have to say behind everything so then we don't get canceled? Allegedly.
no.
Biggest thing is coming on this podcast. I'm like, am I going to get canceled?
No, bro.
Calling my broker, like, hey, what can I say on this thing and what can't I before I get like fired from your brokerage?
No. This is a joke because a lawyer buddy of ours who's actually going to be on Thursday.
Steve Fantetti.
Fantetti.
What's up?
You're pointing at
always-
Elon Musk over there.
I got Steve Fantetti. No, I got the camera right there.
So every time he says something that is maybe not true, he says allegedly.
Okay.
We had like allegedly counter. He was up to like 45.
I'm going to probably say 1 million of those today.
No, don't say any of them, bro.
don't
Fuck
say
it.
any
You're
of
not a
them.
lawyer.
Well, if I need a lawyer, I'm going to have to say it.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Well, Nick said allegedly afterwards.
Every sentence Nick says, allegedly.
No, so like it's a good story though,
Yeah.
like friendship, really. Like this is kind of like.
And by
might
the way,
sound like,
Matt Brookins is a
Yeah,
broker at
okay.
Agile.
Romantic time.
Yeah. So no. So but like, so we were best friends growing up. Obviously, a house down from each other. So back in the day, you wake up, you get your bike at dusk, dawn, and all that stuff. You're gone. Then you come home at night, and your parents don't ever say anything.
Yeah.
You go ride around the woods, all that shit, right?
Yeah.
And so he moved away when he was 13 to like Mississippi, but I would use allowance money to go visit him in Mississippi for 2 weeks to a month,
really?
like
Were you
every
on Suicide
summer.
Watch?
Yeah, every summer. So we always stayed close. You know what I mean? When he was going to college, he went to move to Winter Haven. Went to college USF. I went to Penn State, Bear in the satellite school of Penn State there, and he was always telling me to come down after college because he started real estate. He was selling insurance or something like that, and he's like, "You got to get down here and do real estate." I said, "No, I'm not doing that shit. Like, I'm in Chicago now. Like, I have a girl at the time, and I'm like, I'm staying here." But eventually, always coming down every summer, I saw the growth in Tampa Bay. We'll lead into that. But coming down here, eventually one day, he had his second-born daughter. And he said, hey, just come down. I wasn't in Chicago anymore, long story short. And he's like, come down.
At that time?
Back in Erie, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
You dumped a bitch.
You know, yeah, had a degree. Yeah, had a degree, wasn't there anymore. was in the area. I'm like, all right, what's the next move? Matt just said, come down, visit Maddie. You haven't seen her yet, right? One-way ticket came down. He's like, you're staying. Him and his wife are like, you're staying. You're doing real estate.
Damn it, Nick. Quit banging the table, dog.
Sorry.
Talk with your hands. But,
He's like, you're staying. You're doing real estate with us. And I said, all right. I just took my ring off, everybody.
I saw that.
Took my wedding ring off. Looks like I'm single the rest of the show. But eventually he's like, you're staying. So I ended up staying. I'm like, all right, well, I have a degree. I'll stay here. And if it doesn't work out, whatever. I have a degree. I have experience in the corporate world.
Well, what was holding you back, like, from moving, like, making the jump, like, right off the bat when you were at
I didn't ever, what you see and hear about, no, like, what you see and hear about, one making the jump, Matt always wanted me to come down to Florida.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, I met somebody and we were like close for a while. Like, we thought we were going to marry. We didn't. No big deal, though. Like, it is what it is. But it wasn't anything holding me back because right when I graduated high school, I actually moved down to Fort Myers to live there to get because schooling down here is cheaper if you're a resident. So I was in my residency, but I was 18. I wanted to do golf course architecture.
Oh,
when I was younger, I wanted to be an architect, right? But then you grow up. That was like third grade. When my mom told me to write my name as Nicholas and not Nick, same thing, right? I want to be an architect, right? It's kind of artsy and everything like that.
So you were pulling the George Costanza.
Yeah.
I'm an architect.
Yeah, I'm an architect. Yeah, exactly. But I wanted to do that, and then I'm like, all right, so living down there.
What'd you graduate with?
I graduated Penn State in 2.5 years
With what?
with a project management and supply chain management degree, business degree.
Oh.
So
that kind of actually seems like a degree that would make you a lot of money.
So I went to school because I wanted to finish school because I went back from Fort Myers, realizing there's no business in golf course architecture.
Give him a Macallan 12, bro. What are you doing with this maker?
I have fucking White Claws, Maker's Mark, and now we're on Macallan 12.
But he was drinking.
I just did that real quick to get loose for you.
No, bro, but you want to taste the good shit. That's that Macallan 12. Don't give him the fucking Maker's Mark.
Yeah, here, let me get rid of this rest of this Maker's. Scotch.
Manny just took a shot. Rosanna, did you hear that?
No, I didn't. Okay? They're still here.
Anyway,
I want to be a golf course architect, and then realizing that there's probably 4 in the entire world that do that now, and those 4 literally just do redesign on all these courses, and they're all closing down. I realized that wasn't a good business. Went back to school. I'm like, all right, well, I just need to get a degree. What's going to make me money when I leave? What's a good industry to go into? Like, obviously business, but that was my mentality. It was business always. But I went in project management and supply chain management. It was originally, I think, operations management, and then they split into that because supply chain deals with like Oracle and SAP, which is like all of the software and back end. That's what. Yeah. So we did SAP, got a certification in that.
For a company that
I did an internship. Really good story to lead into there. Yeah. Did an internship in Erie that the guy who owned the industrial manufacturing firm in Erie, metal, like rolled steel and all that shit, like worked with supply chain, right? Yeah. I did an internship there while I was at Penn State Barron. And the guy who owned it loved my dad. My dad's a chef at a country club in Northeast PA. And loved my dad for some reason, just all the time. Would be out there golfing on Sunday afternoons when my dad's done working at that time. I'd go out with him at 7 a.m. I'd golf. And when he's done, me and my dad would go golf. The guy would always see me out there. Rob come in for dinner afterwards, right? Long story short, this guy was legit like best friends with Arnold Palmer. You go into his office, you come into your office here, like if his offices will be like a couple of these like together, right? Big office back here. Everything on the walls was Arnold Palmer shit that he would give them, and it would flow into like the outside corridor of this like unit.
So like Arnold Palmer would give that stuff to your dad?
No, to this member, this old guy.
I liked your
Jim Murkowski, like the nicest guys ever. Like I interned there. And then eventually, when I was with that girl, went to Chicago, which was fine with me because I always wanted to be in a big city. I did an intern, or I worked at a interior design firm.
When I was in a big city. Yeah. It was like, when I was at that. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah,
I worked at an interior design firm, but doing procurement for them. So what they did was all big hotels like your Marriott's and Sheratons like that, but interior design for them. But I would be the one purchasing the fucking fabric for the couches, sending it to Thailand, enough fabric for that, you know what I mean? Yeah. All that stuff to get the bill, all the wall coverings, all your flooring, everything that goes into that.
So
Your
it was pretty
artwork.
fun. It was pretty fun. Right?
Well, I hated it.
I
Fucking
was about to
hated
say,
it. I did not
doesn't
like
sound
it.
fun to me.
It was not fun. I sat behind a desk.
Oh.
And then, long story short, we split up. I'm back in Erie. Matt has me come down here to do real estate. Got into it, and I never looked back, and I love it. I literally love
one-way
it.
ticket. So he bought your ticket down to.
He's like, come see Manny.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, so then
I was just working with my dad, being like a line cook for him at the country club because I didn't know what I was doing
like
next.
A million different jobs here.
Yeah, I worked with autistic kids for 3 years in Erie to pay for me to get back in school because I went to Penn State Barron for a semester, moved to Fort Myers to get the residency to do the stuff, and I went back to Penn State. I'm like, hey, I'm ready to come back to school. I'm like, I'm not an idiot anymore. I'm 21, 22 at that time now.
That's not bad.
Or like 20 or something like that. And they said, okay, you have a tuition bill to pay for. I'm like, all right, financial aid, take care of that. They said, no, it's your room and board that you stayed for the first semester at Penn State. I said, okay, how much is that? They're like 10 grand. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So my parents, my mom, secretary at elementary school, my dad, chef at a country club, they didn't have a ton of money. They were phenomenal parents. They didn't have money to like give me that. I couldn't just get a loan out to pay that. So I worked. My sister works, still does, with autistic kids in schools, and like those type of schools. And she's like, just come work here. It was a good paying job at the time. It was like $10 an hour. Worked there for like 3 years, paid that off, went back to school and finished in like two and a half years. First semester was like 15 or 18 credits, and then one semester was like 24 credits I did. Yeah. I would literally I would talk to a financial advisor and be like, listen, I'm 23 years old now. I want to be done. I want to get my degree, be done. I'm not here to party or any of that shit. I already did that one semester, right? And he's like, I would have to go in the financial advisor's office and just pick out, or like say, hey, what do I need to do to get in here? Go talk to this professor, see if you can do like outside of the actual class in the offices, like do tests and shit to get me to the next level. Because they're on, that too. The Van Watt. We talked about this, so we'll get to that too.
I just noticed because you went to Penn State.
Did you get student loans then?
Yeah, I had student loans.
Okay.
One of the most expensive in school colleges to go to in the state at the time. I think it was like 70 grand. So now I'm a realtor and I'm in debt, 70 grand, and don't use my degree at all.
So when Matt said, okay, come down here to Florida, he bought you the ticket?
Yeah.
And then he said you're not leaving because it was a
one-way ticket. He said, just come here for a week or two.
Where'd you stay?
I stayed in their house.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He had me stay in their house.
Damn, you guys are friends like that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
best
Oh my
friends.
God.
I mean, that
That's what it sounds
kid, like what he does with that, like what he showed me there, just he's that type of guy, very, very giving, and that's what it's like with the brokerage too. With that is he, even sometimes it's like sometimes you gotta refrain, like Matt, you gotta stop giving so much. He's kind of like a person, like you want everybody around you to be happy. It's just a great attribute, but sometimes it's okay to be selfish, and sometimes it stresses people out too much when you're not like that because you're giving so much. That's what they did though for me. They gave so much, and I lived there for a couple months, and now I'm here and successful because of them.
What were you doing when you were living there?
I went and worked for his dad at the time, who owned a pool company, cleaning pools, while I was getting my license for a real estate license.
And then once you got your license, you started making money. You got your own place.
No, I didn't start making money right away.
No, man.
That's not how real
That
estate
first big
works.
check was like, oh my God, that's a big check. And then you're like, oh God, I got to pay taxes on this. Don't forget about that.
Oh, man.
The IRS, bro. Fuck.
Yeah.
The IRS.
Yeah,
bro.
so don't say that.
No.
I don't need them auditing me right now.
Allegedly.
No.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Fuck the IRS.
But where did you get, Nick, your passion? Because you already said, like, at a young age, you want to be a golf course architect. So where did you learn the love for golf? I mean, your dad was obviously a chef at a country club.
And you're a two-handicap.
Yeah, you're too
So
fucking.
you've probably
That's
been
high
playing
right
for
now.
a
I mean,
minute.
but how did you get that love
Only
for
got
golf?
2.8.
2.8. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's
Piece of shit.
been it's been high because I just had the kids, so
Yeah,
it was down to like a 0.5 or
I'm
something like that.
17.7 now after yesterday.
Yeah, allegedly.
Allegedly.
After you guys took our money, that fucking
What
back
are you
nine.
talking about, man?
Allegedly, yeah.
Stripe it down, baby.
We asked for 4 strokes, and you're like, he's finagled 5 and beat us.
Whoa.
17.7,
Hey,
dog.
look.
Yeah, I can fucking fake scores in the
Oh,
handicap
fuck
system
you.
too.
Hey, but Matt
Fuck
was
you.
jumping around. He was like, okay, that's perfect. He was like, that's fine. 5 strokes, scramble. cool. Yeah, let's do it.
No. He only wanted to do 4, and he wanted to do best ball.
Yeah, he wanted to do,
Matt wanted to do best ball.
But once we told him to scramble and we said 5 strokes, he was like, okay, that's fine. Yeah. I got fucking Nick on my team.
You know what they lost by?
And then
they lost
he
by
ordered
1 stroke.
Yeah, and he ordered like 5 transfusions like that were double vodkas.
I know.
And like I had a kid a month ago, so it's like I hate being drunk or hungover around a kid right now because he wakes up every 2 hours. I can't handle that.
Yeah.
I went home, I'm like, damn, dude, I am a little lit up right now. Like, no wonder we lost. I don't remember like where I didn't give a shit where I was sitting. I'm like, I was out there playing golf. I'm like, this is great.
It was a
and then
good
we
time.
lost. I'm like, what the fuck? I was pissed. Matt knows that. Yeah, I'm pretty competitive, so I get pissed about that.
I know you're pissed off about that.
You know what you need?
Shot.
You need a better partner. It's okay.
Wow, Matt, we did not say that. That was him.
Allegedly.
But I mean, that's long story short, like of what I got into, and then started doing the real estate thing, and I love it.
But what about the golf part? How did you get it?
Yeah, like, all right, fuck the real estate shit.
Yeah,
we can talk about that later, but like we're done with that now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for right now.
I plugged my business. Come work with me. I'll help you out. But
How can they
golfing.
find you?
Hey,
How can
they
you?
find you? What's your handles or whatever the hell?
Yeah, so I
How
don't
would you
fucking
want them
know.
to-
Like, where's my phone at? Like, I mean, you gotta go Instagram, Facebook. It's gonna be Nicholas Evers Realtor, but I think they're a little different. So it's like one's like Nicholas.Evers.Realtor. I can give those to us and pull them up in a little bit here when we take a break.
You know
I'll
what's
pull them up
crazy,
again.
dude? My wife's maiden name is Devers.
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 My dad, when we did a family tree in like 3rd grade or 5th grade or something like that, I found out my dad's like somewhere on there. One of the last names is like Dick Over, and I was like, oh, I thought it was funny. I'm like, Dad, what the hell? That's legit Dick Over.
No, it is.
Swear to God,
No.
Dick Over.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
Dick Over. Yeah.
So he's been dicking over a lot of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
Watch it. That's
Well,
why that
that's
guy
my
Jack
father.
liked him so much.
That's my father.
That's
Don't talk
my-
shit
That's
like
why
that.
Arnold Palmer's best friend liked him so much.
He's a womanizer, bro.
Who, Arnold Palmer?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, Arnold Palmer's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But
okay.
you said
He was a womanizer allegedly.
Allegedly. I like it. Allegedly.
Also, like the nicest guy on earth, I heard. So
Yeah. Well,
Hey, did you ever meet him?
never got to meet him. Nope. Oh,
that sucks.
great story. All right, let's get into this.
Yeah.
My dad was a chef at a country club. This country club was in Northeast PA.
Yeah.
And I got to go out there, and it was really nice and prestigious at the time. There's a couple, like 3 or 4 country clubs in Erie that were really good. I got to go out there every Thursday morning in the summer to do junior lessons for free. That was a pro let me do that. That was a board let me do that. They didn't have to do that.
Damn, that's why you
Because,
got
yeah,
so
my
good.
parents didn't have a ton of money, but I got to go do that for free.
Jeez.
The lessons were like just, hey, go hit some balls in this, and like we'll get you a pop if you, or a sleeve of balls if you hit into
Did
that
you hear what
bucket.
he
at the
said?
end.
A pop.
Pop. Yeah,
pop.
that's
Not
that's-
soda.
No, no.
Pop.
You don't call it soda. It's pop.
It's pop. That's too close to that Michigan. That Michigan they call it pop.
Pop.
Don't bust that nut yet. We'll be right back to Happy Hour Holidaze. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate all the listeners and watchers out there.
Check out
us
Happy
out
Hour
on YouTube.
Hangouts.
Happy Hour Hangouts,
Friday
Friday features, all of that good shit. We'll be right back with Nick.
All right, we're back with the Fabre team.
Fabre.
Hold off on that baby oil on the little napkin you got in your hand. It's almost there.
And Nicholas, a.k.a. Nick Dickover
Nick
Evers.
Dickover. We got Nick Dickover in the studio right now. He was telling us how he became
A professional
a
golfer.
2.8.
I'm not. That's embarrassing.
A 2.8 is
I'm at
embarrassing.
He usually
2.8.
was a scratch, but now that
No,
he has
actually,
a baby.
that was the lowest a couple years ago when I won the match play
What
at
was it?
Southern Hill.
What were you?
Probably 5.8.
No way.
Yeah,
5.8?
point like 5.8.
Oh, shit.
So how many points are there? 0.5.
I think it's the lower you get, the like more like it
You mean
gets like
0.58?
it's like 0.5. Like
Oh,
not
shit.
1,
You're
not
talking
2.
about a plus. You were a plus.
No, I was never a plus. I never practiced to be a plus.
But
I
you
never
could.
practiced.
But you could if you.
I don't know. I think it's
mean,
more mental. I think golf is a lot mental too.
I agree that because
I
mean,
agree.
You go out there and you can literally fucking just it's like that guy Troy yesterday was saying. He's like, yeah, the one in the golf league that we have. He's like, whenever, it just depends how you're feeling over that ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, like
Oh.
however that feel is, that's how you know if you're like gonna fucking stripe everything or if you're like gonna.
Yeah, but
just
the
lose
difference.
it.
You know the difference between pros and like us.
Mental
Is
game,
they could have that feeling over the ball and they play good that day, but when they're not feeling it over that ball,
They still play
they have
great.
repetition of fucking practice all the fucking time where they know how to, like, muscle memory of how to still hit the ball in the center of the fucking face.
But
So,
even
like,
if they do,
When
they
you're
might-
feeling
but their
good and you
accuracy-
but you hit it good when you're feeling good over the ball.
Yeah.
When you hit it good and you're like, I hit that pure, and you don't do it the next shot,
Yeah.
they can feel good like that standing over their ball, but they're gonna stand over that when they're not feeling good, and they're gonna go back to, okay, this is why I practice on the range for fucking 80 hours, blistering my fucking hands, practicing, because my daddy's rich as fuck and I fucking can play that
Not
all
of them.
day.
Not
Yeah.
Tiger Woods.
Will's Zalatoris.
Oh,
Tiger Woods was kind of put in that
He
situation.
wasn't rich though.
It doesn't matter. He's put in that situation with a fucking dad who's an army
Will
guy.
Zalatoris was he came from a lot of money?
That's why I
I
hear.
don't know.
Wasn't he? He was on
What
that
about
fucking
Scotty?
Caddyshack. Huh?
What about Scotty?
I don't know if I. All right. Allegedly, I don't like anybody until I meet him, but I don't like that guy.
Scotty Scheffler?
No, I like Scotty.
No, you don't like Will.
I don't like Will.
It's something about his face.
Something
He's-
about
I just want
Hey, you know what he
to
looks
deliver
like?
one of
Something
these
about your
sons.
face. Is there anything I do about that? Nope. Nope. It's just your face.
you know who he looks like? He looks like the caddy from Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore fucking tweeted
Caddy,
about that like 2 years ago when he was.
Yeah, when fucking Adam Sandler's, strangling
You
him.
know who I feel like that? Rory, man. I fucking hate his face, bro.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
No, fuck that.
Fuck it.
I hate his face. I hate that guy. He's such a little bitch, bro.
I feel the
I
same
felt
way,
like a
dude.
lamb, just
I don't
take
like
advantage
Rory.
of a lamb.
I don't like Rory.
He
I
was
think
saying, he was like, why do the patrons have to drink? It's like,
he's Irish.
the fuck do you mean?
How does
What do
an
you mean?
Irish person
He was
drinking?
pissed off because
This was like 3 years ago.
3 years or something like that. It was either waste management or something.
It
where
was
he-
waste
It
management.
was man. He was pissed off about everybody being so rowdy or whatever. He's like, I don't know why the patrons have to drink. I'm like, what do you want us to do?
fucking do?
Yeah, I know.
Stand
Sit
around
there
and watch?
for 20 fucking
Yeah,
5
I
minutes
know.
for you to one person to tee off
After
and
that-
sitting there and play with my dick in the grass. Like, what do you want me to do?
No, but I was gonna say, when it comes to that whole live thing, I just don't think like Greg Norman should have to be excluded from the Masters dinner just because he started.
He's a
this
Masters
shit.
winner, right?
No, he's never won.
I thought he's won.
Greg
it.
Norman's
he
never
won.
won the Masters.
I thought he did.
No, why would he have to get a fucking patrons ticket this year? He's never won the Masters.
Oh yeah, of course
He's
won
lost
this
it twice. He lost at the back nine when he had like an 8 or 6 stroke
So
lead.
why were they giving him? Why were they talking so much shit about him having?
because
to
he's
get his ticket?
he's disrupting the game.
No, but why would he? Why were they making it such
And,
a big deal?
being a disruptor is not a bad thing.
No, I don't think that is bad. That's industry. That's
But why,
that's
why were they
business.
making such a big deal out of him having to buy his own ticket?
Damn, you're right. He's never won.
Never won the Masters.
So then, why were they making such a big deal about it? I mean, he doesn't on. Just
Oh,
because he
this
played
year you're
golf?
talking about?
they were
Yeah,
making a
they
big
did it
deal.
because he's like, I didn't get an invite. Well, you don't get it. Excuse me.
Sorry, that came out.
Well, the big thing was they were like, "Hey, you got all the 13 live players over here, and none of them can buy you a ticket."
No,
That's
the
what it
Masters. What I heard is with the Masters is if you don't get the lottery,
Yeah,
they check your like ID. Like you have to be a PGA professional or something like that to get into the Masters to get a ticket. But then my brother just told me the other day though, he's like, no, you could just like go online and buy one. I thought like the PGA. Okay,
I did.
Let's
I
get
just
back to the
checked.
story about like my dad
Yeah.
because there's like some good stories of
Yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Right?
Let's go back. You were getting the free
hand jobs.
No, you were giving the hand jobs to get the free lessons.
Yeah, when I was like fucking 6. Yeah, I knew what a hand job was then.
Well, Epstein Island, they do.
it kind of looks like the Nickelodeon logo. Did you see that?
Oh my god.
What happened with Nickelodeon? I saw that the other day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Someone's
the
going over the
Nickelodeon
Nickelodeon,
logo
bro.
looks like
Rugrats was my favorite
Epstein
show growing
Island.
up.
I know, me too. Doug Funny, Hey Arnold.
Oh,
Hey
dude, we were in
Arnold,
we were in
Rugrats.
Clarion one day. Sorry,
Clarion?
Clarion University, and we were just fucking. We were drunk as hell, visiting my buddy, and we're all
don't
just
know what
sitting
Clarion
outside.
is.
Don't worry about it. It's in Pennsylvania, small little school, right? We're there, and we're all sitting there, just. And if any of my guys listen to this, which they won't, the 4 guys I was with, then we were all sitting there, fucking waiting for the keg to come out. And we just started doing like someone just like dude, and then all of a sudden someone just starts doing dude, and then the next person dude. And I'm like, we are fucked up.
Hey, how old are you?
Doug
36,
Funny,
right?
36, yeah. So Doug Funny is
Yeah, so we all grew
The
up
Beats,
in the
bro.
Patty
90s.
mayonnaise.
I just on the way here, I had the
Patty
beats,
mayonnaise.
had the beats fucking rocking in the car on the way
Stopping
here.
on the street light, banging on the
Wait, what
Trash
is that?
can, the
Yeah.
beats,
the beats.
the beats, bro.
Yeah, remember that used to be the
Doug
biggest thing
Funny.
on Doug Funny.
They were
Oh.
the rock stars
Be
of
like,
Doug
bro,
Funny.
we love the beats.
I remember Quill Man.
Yeah, I was that for Halloween before.
Yeah.
If
Well,
you
man,
if you haven't been, then you haven't been. All right.
So going back to the hand jobs and the
Going back to the hand jobs and the hookers.
so you were getting free lessons.
Yeah.
So it was
Oh,
like
no, we
when
were
you were
talking about
junior.
Nickelodeon. We were talking about
No,
Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
no, but let's
no,
go
yeah.
back to golf.
Yeah,
now.
that was kind of like a fucked
All right,
up.
That was a side.
I know I have ADD. I get off the track a lot.
You want some?
This is gonna be a long. Yeah, I do. Please. This is gonna be a long podcast. That's all right, right? Like 3 hours, like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, that's fine.
Not 3
Okay.
hours, maybe like 2 hours.
All right, I need like 5. So my dad was a chef at a country club, but like chef, it's not like the one where you go to like a master class like restaurant that's like a Michelin star, but he was really good. So the member guests, like people would come from Cockle, where they had Cockle Club, which was like a Don Ross course in Erie. They had the U.S. Women's Amateur there. They're trying to get like the U.S. Women's Open there. They're trying to extend it. It's really good. And so you lost me there because you're pointing around.
Oh,
I
I
was asking if
another
you wanted
beer.
another one.
Yeah, I need another one. Or
Oh,
some
he
of
did.
this.
Yeah, he
Some of
did.
this.
Yeah,
Do you need another one?
Yeah, there we go.
We are happy hour holidazing right
So
now.
regardless, so it's not like my parents had money to get us into a country club or anything like that. Okay.
Pour him a tall one. Fuck it.
Well, he needs some fresh ice. We'll do it on the next session, so he has some fresh ice in there.
Yeah. So
no, he needs to drink 1 cube. You don't want to ruin the 12.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
yeah, I know that, but it's 11 a.m. Like
No, it's not. This is being released at 12.
It's at 5. It's 5 in the afternoon right now.
Yeah, exactly.
it is June 12th.
It's
June 12th at 5 p.m.
It's 12:30
in
But
Hawaii.
you know what? It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
so
true.
you're at the country club.
5:29 somewhere, but all right.
Your dad.
Michelin star.
So, long story short, so they let me do the junior lessons, which was you go and you do a lesson for like 45 minutes. When you're a junior that young, it's not really a lesson. They teach you how to grip the club, but they walk around and you're a kid, right? They walk around and kind of help you out a little bit, but it's not like a real lesson. I've never had a real lesson in my life. I've never had someone sit behind me, in front of me with a video camera or anything like that. Like, hey, this is what you're doing wrong. Do this. Never, right? There was 9 holes, and then legit, like 4 of my friends, 9 holes, be there at 7 a.m. on a Thursday morning in the summertime, be 45 minutes of lessons. We'd go out, play 9-hole lesson, like 9 holes, you know what I mean?
Drills at least? I mean,
Yeah, they helped you out. Yeah, I don't remember.
It's
I
just
was
basic
fucking
fundamentals,
6-7 years old until I was like 13, right?
Yeah.
Basic fundamentals, right? And then hit it into a bucket, which I think was a great drill. Just fucking hit it in the bucket and have a feel, like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
All about feel. So then we go play 9, and then we'd go in and eat like breakfast or be like eat lunch at that time. And then the parents of like my friends would leave. Those like one of the kids, like Mike Sabolsik, was like one of my good friends. I was in his wedding. He would stay with me until 10 p.m. that night or 11 when my dad was done working, cooking all day,
shitting me?
right? Because it's busy as fuck out there at the time, right? This is back when like prime like golf was going on.
Like Tiger Woods golf time?
Yeah, like exactly, right? So busy as hell. So my dad's in there fucking like, we go in to eat, we go back out. Me and Mike would walk 18. And then it gets busy on the course and we're juniors. We'd go behind the golf, like Steve Crane, the head pro, who was best friends with Roger Goodell's brother, would go play a tournament at Pine Valley every year in a scramble. Crazy, right? All
Holy
these people,
shit,
right?
I
Yeah.
know. Well,
So
golf
he
is
would
like
tell
that.
us, he's like, hey, guys, go in the behind the range because there's woods behind it. Hit the balls back into the range. Me and Mike would be fucking like at the back of the range though, like in the range where like the last like marker was, like the last green was like 250 yards out. We'd be fucking like 30 yards from each other, 7-iron, just pegging, shooting balls at each other, trying to dodge them. Like that was our junior year. That's our childhood golfing. Like me and Mike growing up there. Like so, then we'd go out and me and him would walk another 18, go and eat. Walk another 18.
What
Go
do you mean by
in.
walk another 18?
We'd
Yeah,
walk.
we're
We're
like
juniors.
18.
Yeah, you
Yes,
can't,
we
you can't
walked.
have a cart. You
We
can't have a
walked.
cart.
Yeah, we walked. Me and him would walk. We were respectful. We learned that too, the respect around the golf course from that, being at a country club like that, right? And then it'd be like, it'd get dark. My dad's not done yet, fucking cooking. When he's done, he'd take us home. But me and him would put flashlights on the putting green and go putt around there until my dad was done. That was every Thursday, 6-8 times. Every summer from when I was like probably 7 or 9, I think it was, till I was like 13.
So that's how you got
That's how I got into golf. But the other thing though is
how
that
you
golf
got
course, the golf course, yeah. I think it's just a
Repetition
love
and
of it,
practice.
repetition,
Practice.
and what we just said earlier, Those pros are like, oh yeah, it feels good about standing over a ball.
Yeah, they don't ever. That's just robots, you know. At that time.
Go look at an interview with what's it, Tom Watson, who almost won that U.S. Open the one year.
Yeah,
he's like, someone said something to him one time. He's like, go fuck yourself. He's like, I literally have blisters on my hands for hitting balls for 8,000 like golf balls on the range one time. It's all repetition. Deja vu is good.
I just had deja vu.
Deja vu is good.
Man,
so, but
deja vu is. I'm in the Matrix right now.
No, it's not real beer yet, so I don't have any deja vu. Let me pound in this shit if it wasn't.
But that's how I got into golf. But the other thing, though, it wasn't just about the golf.
Yeah.
Like, this course is so
What was the
beautiful.
course, by the way?
Lakeview Country Club in Northeast PA,
Private?
which is outside. Yeah.
Oh, what's a private course?
Yep, outside of your PA. I remember when I was like a teenager, they came in and they extended a couple of the tee boxes. So they had the WPGA come in. You know, when a course comes around, the local section, Western Pennsylvania Golf Association.
Oh, okay.
So the local section will come in to like, say, Carrollwood. We're right by Carrollwood, right? Yeah. They'd come in. If you extend your tee boxes, you need to have them legit. It's like going into a house with an appraiser, legit measured, right? Or I have to say it's public records, right?
Yeah.
Right, with like the square. We're like, hey, what's this room? It says 10 by 12, Nick. It's fucking 10 feet, 2 inches by 12 feet, like 8 inches. I'm like, all right, it says public records. You can't fucking sue me.
Yeah.
Right?
Buyers must verify all
buyers
measurements.
Exactly. So same thing with that. With golf courses, when they put it on your card, I'm pretty sure it's a PGA thing all around the country. You have to have that section, PGA section, come out there and measure it properly, right? So this PGA came in there, and they said that this course is second best maintained tee to green, because it's a tighter course, right? So it's a lot less land to maintain. Tee to green was behind Oakmont, where they have the U.S. Open.
Well, how long was it then?
It's not long. It's only like 6,900 yards, 6,880.
So it's kind of like almost like a Palmacia, really tight.
It's tight, no, but this is different though because it's not Florida golf.
Yeah, I know. It's
You're dealing with like this could be an inch and a half of rough, but it's so thick, like you get in the rough.
I don't like that shit.
That's northern golf though. But the greens were always running at a 13 there.
Oh my god!
And if you're above the hole, like a couple of the holes, if you're above the hole, you putt it, it's off the green.
That's how it was yesterday.
And that's what northern golf's a lot like. But this is so pristine and pure. I'll show you guys pictures later, but it's fucking phenomenal.
You know, we had a relative that also worked at a private country club, but since we're Cuban immigrants, they were
you guys can't get on. You're like Lee Trevino.
They were cutting the grass.
Yeah.
They were
Your
cutting
dad's
get out of here.
yeah.
It was our grandfather. He was not greenskeeper. He was maintenance at Palmacia.
Yeah, Palmacia.
Yeah. Lee Trevino. I did a study. I did a report or something like that in college.
Really?
On Lee Trevino. I did a report in front of the class about Lee Trevino. And his dad was a grave digger at Dallas Country Club, which is right next door to Dallas Country Club. A grave digger. He dug graves at the cemetery, which was literally the cemetery wall, Dallas Country Club. Lee Trevino would collect the balls in there, and then he eventually started caddying there or something like that, and he literally would fucking hustle the people there. You ever heard that story about Lee Trevino talking about?
No, never.
What is it?
Lee Trevino talks about, he's like, you ever fucking want to bet and like you want your knees to tremble? He's like, you ain't fucking master some of that. It's when you go bet somebody like $500 or probably back in the day like $100. They don't have in your fucking pocket. And like, you know that you're gonna fucking like your knees are gonna get fucking capped off. If you don't pay, that's a real bet. He's like, I didn't have fucking nothing in my pocket.
He would bet it.
He would hustle the shit out of people.
That's not hustling.
I did that. He would hustle them and say
that's risking his life right
there, but he hustled them not knowing, not knowing how good he is, because he was a fucking immigrant. He was not American, and his dad was a grave digger.
What is Lee Trevino?
I'm not sure. Look it up. Where's your computer at?
I think he's Spanish, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. But
Italian maybe. But.
No, he's Mexican or Spanish. Yeah, I think he's Spanish. But regardless, though, like they weren't allowed at that time. And this is me, a white person, fucking saying this. So allegedly, don't fucking kill me for saying this, right? I'm not trying to but like they weren't allowed at that time to do anything. Like he literally would collect balls that would go into the cemetery, go play golf, caddy, and like he hustled the shit out of people. That's how he got good.
Do you think caddies are that good? Like, are they really good golfers?
Yeah. Half the 90. I bet you half of the golfers on tour could go beat any of one of us in this room right now.
The caddies?
Yeah.
Oh,
a lot of those caddies were on the Corn Ferry Tour. A lot of those caddies are those guys that were like, they were that good. They just didn't make it.
They
And I
just
think the
couldn't deal
next
with the
step,
pressure. You think it was?
I think the next step of being that good is 100% mental.
So
99% mental.
So how about Brad Bruner? Try to be a caddy? No.
You know, caddy that I'd like to be is Nelly Corder's caddy. I just got both these guys just lean back in their chair. If you're not watching this, both these guys just lean back in their chair, and they took their rings off too.
Hey, you know what's crazy though? So she's won 5 tournaments consecutively when she started. Hers is her purses were 3.6 total.
Yeah, 1.12 or something for the major.
Yeah. So Scotty's
No.
Yeah, 3.6 total.
No, it's 1.8 total.
No.
Total for it? No.
3.6 for
No,
5.
for the 5. She got 1.2, and then it was 200 to 300.
You're the host, man. You need to be like
he's
Joe Rogan.
technically-
You need to have Joe Rogan, like his assistant Jeremy, whatever it is. He has
Looking
his
it up?
yeah. You look it up.
I'm
Jimmy,
pretty sure it's
check that out.
Jenny, check it out.
And we're back.
There we go. So in Chicago, you had a
We're
gay
back.
dream.
No, I lived.
Dickover.
Yeah, Nicholas
Yeah, Dickover.
Evers, aka Nick Dickover.
Dickover.
Dick Dickover.
Nick Dickover.
Oh, you can catch.
I'm a good catcher.
Yeah, I bet you are. You're not definitely not the pitcher.
Right after we talked about the damn thing, you guys are setting me up for a movie trap. We're gonna have to hear him next time, Nick. I really appreciate Nick Dickover coming over. That was fantastic. We had such a great podcast with him. Thank you, audience, for listening to Happy Hour Holidaze, watching Happy Hour Holidaze, and take a look at what Nick's doing.
He's already
Guys,
getting
it's
up. What's going on?
Like,
here?
comment, and subscribe. Look at all our small businesses that we support. We're here to help the team. And remember, don't make somebody else's dream come true. Make yours come true. Peace out.
Agile group.